Hey guys, welcome back to Nick's Vids. In this video I'm going to show you how to fit a quad lock phone mount and wireless charging system to my Husqvarna Vitpilen 701. Okay, so let's have a look at what we've got. So we've started off with the phone case, as you can see there. It's a very nice phone case, very slim, not super protective, I would bear that in mind, but I'm pretty happy with it. Obviously you've got the quad logo on the back and on the side. And yeah, holds the phone very nicely, nice and snug, and you know your phone's going to be safe, at least in the case. It's not going to go anywhere. Let's move on to the next bit. So we got our handlebar mount, the actual bracket. This is all you need, and the phone case to have a quad lock and to mount your phone on your case. So if this is all you wanted to have, you weren't worried about charging or vibration dampening, this is all you need. So we've got the actual handlebar mount and the bit the phone clicks into, the actual quad lock there. We've also got these bar protectors and spacers just to protect your bar and hold your phone in place correctly. It also comes with my favourite thing, a bunch of stickers that I'm going to put in a jar and never use. So they're those. Next is our wireless charging head. We've got two USB charger leads, a bunch of cable ties, a big old bolt to go through both, and the actual wireless charging component itself. And one of the other things I've bought is a vibration dampener. I've heard about iPhones having this issue, especially where the vibration eventually kills the camera stabilization in them. So it's worth getting one of these if you've got an iPhone. And to be honest, if you've got a Samsung like me, it'd be worth just to have a more steady view. And it was only £15. So for that little extra, at least you'll be able to read your map at different conditions depending on how bumpy the ground is. And I do a lot of off-roading, maybe not on the Vit, but on other bikes is worth having. And finally, even though I wouldn't need this on my bike, because actually on the Vit it has a USB charger, I've bought another dual USB charger, which I'm going to fit as well, just to show you how it's done. Okay, so first step, I'm going to actually fit the quad lock to the handlebars. I'll show you in which order you've got to put the pieces in, and then I'll show you where you could wire up easily to the under the seat on this bike, where there's just a USB plug, and then I'll show you where the two accessory ports are on these bike and show you how to find a switch live, because I recommend definitely fitting this to a switch live rather than straight onto the battery terminal, just because if you're riding along and you turn off your bike, the bike's still going to be draining power to your phone and you don't want to kill your battery, especially if you're a long way from home. And to be honest, it's pretty embarrassing to have to try and jump start your bike by running alongside it like this and hoping for the best. So there we go, I'll show you how to do that. We'll start with, like I said, fitting the quad lock to the handlebars. Let's get started. Okay, so here we go. This is where I'm going to fit my quad lock onto my bars. If I now undo that, I will be able to fit it to the bars. See, as you can see, this one is loose, meaning that I need to get the bigger attachment, the bigger spacer, so this bit here, for the slightly thinner bars. So there you go, that's now a nice snug fit. Okay, now I'm going to reattach this. I'm going to try and set it up for the correct angle of the bars so it's straight onto the bars, which would be, I think, there. So as you can see, it's all relatively easy to fit. We don't want this on. This would be ready to go now if this is all you were fitting. You just click your phone into place and there you go. There is your phone on your bars ready to go. But I've got the vibration dampener and the wireless charger to fit. So I need to remove the quad lock itself. Okay, so here is our vibration dampener. That goes on first. So again, it doesn't matter where you position that, but you obviously want it to make it look nice, so I'd keep it vertical with that. There's actually an Allen key bolt in there. So if you get your Allen key and put it in the hole, you can grab hold of that Allen key bolt and just spin it into position and give it a nice little nip. The wireless charger comes with a slightly longer bolt, so it will reach through the wireless charger like that and then on to the vibration dampener, or just straight onto your bars depending on how you're doing it. Again, nice little nip, doesn't have to be super tight. And it will be wobbly for the vibration dampener, but that will actually stop it from vibrating like that constantly, and it'll be a smoother motion. And there you go, pretty much that is it. So if I get my phone and actually slot it in place. So you will again get your USB charger lead, and on this bike you can thread it straight under the tank. The USB lead plugs into the back of the wireless charger. Just thread it nice and neatly down somewhere out of the way along the tank to your USB charger. Here is the USB location on the Husqvarna Vitpilen. Right under your seat next to the battery, next to your ABS and traction control fuses. So yeah, if you want to make it simple, you can quickly plug it into there. Okay, so I've actually plugged my phone in to the USB just to prove that it's a switch live, so our ignition is off. I'm going to turn the key and you're going to watch the phone light up. See? So there we go. That is a switch live USB. So it's quite easy. You could fit that onto there and you'd be ready to go. If you don't want to do that and you want to use that USB charger for someone else, I'll show you how you can connect to the accessory ports on the bike itself. Okay, so our next step is to remove the headlight. There's only 4 bolts to hold the headlight on. So just crack them all off and spin them all out. There we go. Just lay the headlight down like that, out of the way, just to give you access for this plastic cover here. So these are Torx bits, unfortunately, so there's no bolts. There's 1, 2 underneath the dash and 4 down here, and this whole plastic unit should slide forward out of the way. Oh, and I say that there is 2 more under the where the indicator stems are. So now lower this unit out of the way. We're now going to find our accessories, which I think are these 2 here. So we've got one accessory, accessories 1 and accessories 2. One of these is a permanent live. The other one is a switch live. So we're looking for the switch live to wire up our wireless mount. Here is our accessory 1 and accessory 2 plugs. I've got my voltmeter here. Please excuse the fact that my voltmeter is a pile of shit and it's a cheap one off Wish, I think it was. So yeah, don't buy a cheap one, but never mind. So what I've done is I've put my 2 connectors inside the plug, and what we're going to do is we're going to turn the key and watch the voltage increase like that, meaning it's now live. Then I'm going to turn the key again and watch the voltage decrease, meaning it's a switch live. If we go over to our accessory 1, voltage is there even with the key off, and turning the key on or off doesn't do anything. So we now know our switch live is our accessory 2 plugs. Okay, so here is my USB charger. Unfortunately, these are meant to go on the battery terminal. Obviously, that would work if you could remember to turn off your phone every time you charge it, but I can't, I'm an idiot. So these won't fit in here, so I'm going to change the plugs on here so they'll slot in nice on there. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to thread these wires through this rubber mount here, which is used for the headlight, just to keep it that little bit extra watertight. And I'm going to thread all this through, and it'll just be this bit sticking out at the end. Okay, so now I'm going to plug these in. On this bike, I did a quick test, and it turns out that the black and red wire is the live wire, and the brown wire is actually the neutral. Quickly plug it in, and then double check that my phone is charging to make sure it's all working all right. Okay, so now that's tested and it's working all good, I'm going to tidy this all up, put the headlight back on, find a place to fit the actual USB plug itself, and we should be ready to go. Okay, now go ahead and refit your headlight. I'm going to then position the USB charger, I think about there, behind the headlight bracket. Okay, there we go, we're done. The quad lock is fitted, the phone is mounted, the wireless charging is working. It's gone really well, I'm really happy with how it turns out. It's a little bit taller than I would have liked it, but at some point if I want to bring it back down, I'll take out the wireless charging or the vibration dampener, but I'll see how much of a difference it makes at some point. But I'm glad I've got it anyway, it wasn't too expensive. So yeah, so this is all wired in, the USB is actually here, you might just be able to see it. The other USB I'm going to be using for GoPro charging whilst I'm touring. It'll be in one of the side panniers, and it will just charging my batteries and the Cardo and things like that, just so I've got something charging the batteries on my GoPros. But yeah, I'm really happy with how it turns out. I'll do some B-roll footage you'll be seeing now just to see what you think, and yeah, so there we go. If you're interested or got any questions, please leave it in the comments below. I'll answer them as the moment I see the notification or soon after that. Yeah, I'm really happy with how it turns out. I'm going to give it a test ride in a bit and it should be good. Thanks for watching Nick's vids. Subscribe, like and all that malarkey. Really appreciate it. See you later. Okay, so I've had the quad lock mounted on my handlebars for a few weeks now since the previous clips in this video, and I'm absolutely loving it, to be honest with you. The wireless charging is working great. It's currently charging my phone here. It's not going to do anything in regards to fast charging, but to be honest, it's pretty good, and I'm happy with how it's doing. I'm just riding along the seafront down here in Portsmouth, and I just thought I'd chat to you a little bit about how it's been, how the quad lock has been on my bike, and how I found it. So yeah, in regards to the mount, it's been really strong. If I brake hard now, you can see that the vibration dampening is working fantastically, and if I accelerate hard,
at the end of the day, it's still a nice stable view, and even if I jerk the handlebars, it still stays pretty stable, and that's all to do with that vibration dampener. And it is really, really worth getting for the sake of 10-15 quid, just to save your phone, and at the end of the day, improve the quad lock itself. There is almost no vibrations with it. Okay, positioning, to be honest with you, it is a bit tall. If we actually look on the side there, it comes up about 3 inches, and at first I thought that was a big issue, but once you're on the bike, you honestly can't tell it's raised up that much. And it's nice to be able to go, if you do need to touch the controls, which you shouldn't do when you're riding, but if you did need to, you've got it there and it's easy to use. It's all there waiting for you at the end of the day. Regards to the quad lock locking system itself, brilliant. Haven't had any issues with it. Honestly was worried that it was going to be a little bit loose or it might come off, but I'll be honest with you, I've been down my private road doing wheelies for a little bit, and I've never had this mount even look close to coming off, and I'm pretty happy with that. At the end of the day, that gives me that peace of mind that when normal riding, it's safe as well. I think the only time this phone is going to come off this quad lock on this bike is if I slide down the road, and even then I think it might even stay on. So okay, so I'm just pulling into Old Portsmouth now. If you are interested in seeing what I'm actually using this quad lock for, I'm actually using it to go touring soon. I've just fitted some panniers and pannier mounts on the back of the bike, which will be in another video soon. And yeah, if you are interested, follow me on Instagram. There'll be lots of pictures from the trip that's coming up in the next few weeks for me. And if you're also interested in seeing how my NC 500 road trip goes, subscribe to my YouTube channel. There'll be a nice little touring video coming up there again in the next few weeks, maybe months. But yes, it should be good. I'm hoping you're as excited as I am to see what I end up doing with this awesome quad lock, these awesome panniers and everything like that. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching Nick's Vids. I'll finally sign the video off with a lovely view of the Spinnaker Tower. Thanks a lot, guys. See you soon.
Thumbnails, man. Oh God, Jesus Christ.
This bike life has made me. This bike life is crazy. The cops don't like this bike life because this bike life's gonna stay with me.